in a very brief course about Aqidah, about the creed of Muslims, the basic understanding of what Muslims should believe of. And we said that faith that comes in the inner of a person that has to be faith on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, faith in God, that we related to, that we have to believe of the angels, we have to believe of the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of them. Not to differentiate between any one of them. We can't ignore anyone also among the messengers, or otherwise that faith would be nullified as not complete or as not as it was described by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for us, and as described by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran. We also related to the scriptures in its origin.
So just as we know that Allah.
Can we just I will get right quickly to the answer. I'm just wrapping quickly and we'll get to it. And the last day of judgment, we related to this destiny, which is the absolute knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the unlimited knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is this knowledge and the knowledge of everything that comes in, right? And also many other articles of faith that we would have to believe of to be Muslims. And this was the answer of the question, what is Iman? That comes right within us. This is Iman, which is faith, has to come right inside. And we go also through certain basic concepts in Islam that we went through them quickly to understand the concept of freedom, the concept of prophethood, and the respect of prophets and their high elevated place among mankind, the concept of sin, and the fact that no one will be accounted for anyone else's sin but his own, and also what constitutes sins that comes under the concept of morality, what is the proper manners and behavior, and as prescribed by the Prophet ﷺ, the concept of community we relate to as ummah, and the connection between people, and the fact that it is a special ummah that is protected by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He declared that the Holy Quran is protected, and the only way we can protect the Quran is by protecting the people who carry the Quran. And therefore, these people will always be there, who will follow the Quran in relation to the community. The concept of peace that must be there, but it's quite interesting, that has to be also based on justice, not submission. But it is peace, not a peace with transgression, but it's a peace that is based on justice. All these concepts work together and interact together. The concept of brotherhood, sisterhood, and the connection between each other, the concept of equality, and also the concept of life, and the brilliance of creation itself, that it is something very special that is made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, therefore it must be respected, and has a very special rule that saving one life as if we saved the whole mankind, and killing one life as if we killed the whole mankind, and therefore these are important issues in Islam. And the concept of universe, which is making us connected to the universe around us, and relating to everything, whether they are animals or trees or whatever it is that we have to know and be aware of, the concept of religion, and finally the concept of justice, and all of them, the concept of justice and the concept of equality, they support one another, as we said earlier, that the concept of equality is not only equality between man and woman, but equality between all mankind, all human beings, all people, in their obligation and their responsibilities and their rights. So the fact that there is certain balance between the rights we have as well as the obligations that we must act on within living in any society. The right to be treated equal, the right to not to be discriminated against regardless of our color, race, nationality, class, social status, rich or poor. So all these facts, I think, are very important, as well as, of course, the gender. That none of it would actually take away the equality in the way we are treated within a Muslim society. We also related to the fact that the critical thinking is a very important basis in Islam. That any of this you will have to understand to come to you with dalil. And therefore, we related to the jurisprudence and the sources of laws Islam and rules and all these concepts that we talked about. And then we talked about the outside, that was answering the question, what is Islam? That related to Islam is the testimony that one will have to say it, establishing the salah, the prayers, fasting the holy month of Ramadan, abstaining from food, drinks, or sexual activities from before dawn until after sunset. But this is again the literal sense of it, but it's the spiritual one, which is also lowering one's gaze, staying away from any sin, and trying to act in a good way, and feeling the needy and the poor that would actually are in this kind of situation, being deprived of the food, but not only in a limited time, but sometimes for prolonged periods. So one will have to respond in the right way. And then we talked about the almsgiving, the zakah, and it's important in society, and pilgrimage. We did not really focus on those because again, this course was introductory for now. The zakah itself, as fiqh al-zakah, and fiqh al-hajj, and fiqh al-siyam, all would need different classes that we can go through them, inshallah ta'ala, sometimes in the future. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. This covers and sums up the idea of this course, but this is an introduction that we should take it and grow from there. This we'll be able to balance between our aqidah and our understanding of this, what we're supposed to believe of, the faith in Islam, and also our obligation that the Islam is all this mechanical action that does outside, that when a person does those actions, one cannot deny the fact that he's a Muslim. And then the faith inside, and both they strengthen one another through ihsan, through magnanimity, which is to do more than what is required of you, to try to perfect what you are doing, to worship Allah as if you see Him. And again, if you don't see Him, He indeed sees you. So therefore, we would actually continue to have this strengthening of the Iman as well as strengthening of A'mal. And I close here that this is, I think by that we close a good part of our course. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make some of those that listen to the saying and follow the rest of it. I'm going to just give you 5 minutes, then we'll start right away the